Hey, thanks for tuning into the next part. So, clearly, making judgments in the moment is not great, but it's what happens. So, what do we do once we've stepped past that? What do we do once we're okay with a mistake happening in the moment and we're okay with our opponent possibly like outperforming us or whatever? Um, when should we be judgmental? When should we be critical? Um, Not in the moment. And the answer is something that maybe you've heard before. In Melee, it is extremely popular. Not sure how it's in other esports or in other sports, but it's like VOD review. It's film, watching film. I think that is maybe the only time we should really attempt to be critical and make decisions on what we should have done differently. Um, and why is that? It's because unlearning habits in the moment is not natural. Seeing maybe that going in every single time when the opponent's in the other corner doesn't work out for us. Um, Seeing that in the moment and being like, okay, I need to change. Now all you have really done is cluttered your brain. You've got yourself questioning every decision. Am I going in too often? Is it too obvious? Is it too predictable? Um, it's not natural. You're now outside of yourself thinking too much. So in the moment is just a terrible time to attempt to think critically and to attempt to change your game plan. What you need to do is you don't need to replace your habits per se. I think that's super common of people being like, "Oh, your mistake is you go in too often," but that's clearly what's natural for you. That's what works. That's what your brain says to do. Rather, I think you should attempt to build a second natural response to things. So if you're going in too much, attempt to build in a second natural feeling of waiting and being okay with waiting. Maybe that means for an entire practice session, you attempt to just wait and you play really boring, and you just wait for your opponent to make a mistake and then punish. Um, or for the opposite, maybe for an entire session, you only go in, but you want to start building these grooves in your brain for playing another way and for that to become natural. And that is because then, in the next moment, when you are only going in and your pictured outcome, which is what we all have, right? When you make a decision, you think something's going to happen, and once that pictured outcome isn't met, that maybe means that your natural response is not the best. So when that happens, is when you want to try and switch into your other groove, your other natural way of playing, and give it a shot. That doesn't mean that you're going to always receive the pictured outcome, but it does mean that you are able to switch it up and to attempt something else without cluttering your mind and without overthinking things. Excuse me. This isn't to say that that's what's going to fix every single mistake in your game and that is what is going to make you unbeatable. But it is to say that you are no longer going to be upset with yourself for just making this one simple mistake. Now you're expanding your horizons, you're broadening the way you play, and you're making it harder for your opponent to like read you and to understand what you are attempting to do. Um, Plus, you're now doing it naturally. You're not attempting to, in the moment, make this decision and make this change. You're just playing a different way that's natural to you. And the more grooves, the more natural ways we learn outside of the actual competition are how we are able to make changes and play seven different styles, seven different ways naturally. It's the way that, Mango is sometimes going in every single moment and getting the kill. And then sometimes he's just insanely good at getting out of the corner, not through fighting, but by waiting and rolling in the right moments. It's the way that Zane went from being known for like dashback grabs to just being untouchable and getting like absolute zero to death combos on every single touch, not just through dashback grab. Um, it's because they have different ways that they can play that are natural to them. They're not forcing something in the moment. They're not trying to make this decision to stop dashback grabbing. They're just switching gears. They're playing through a different groove that is natural to them. So that is how I think we should be critical of ourselves. It's outside the moment, um, and it is instead of like I'm going to stop doing this. It is thinking I'm going to add this to my repertoire, and I'm going to make this a natural feeling and a natural decision of myself. That in the moment if going in isn't working and going in maybe is feeling unnatural because I'm not getting my pictured outcome, I will try something else and seeing how that goes. I think that's when we're able to be critical. It's outside of the moment. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree, disagree, if you think it's okay to be critical in the moment. I know a lot of people do. Let me know down below. What do you think? When are you critical yourself? And when do you see your criticism giving you fruits of your labor? So let me know down below. And if you enjoy this series, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm hoping to keep up with this time. So thank you.